Thursday morning. We're going to do a little slow flow here today, right? So, if it feels comfortable to you, I want you to come into child's pose. As we start child's pose, take your legs super wide. Let your belly drop in between them, right? Or maybe you take your legs close together and you let your belly rest on top of them. To reach your arms out long, letting your forehead come to the mat. Okay, so that's child's pose. I'm not going to stay here right now. I'm going to come up and come to seated so I don't have to talk into the floor. But you all come to child's pose. Take it for a few moments and just allow yourself to arrive. Bring your focus to your breath. You don't have to control it just yet. But just notice your breath. Observe your breath. Take you to that place where you're just fully focused on your mat, your practice. And you're fully present to your mat, your practice. You feel like you've got that full focus on your breath. Then you're going to add that element of control to your breath. Start to breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. Allow your breaths to become longer, slower, deeper. As you inhale, you're pulling that breath all the way down into your belly. As you exhale, you're pushing it all the way out. And that way, you really can start to move here, just with one breath, one movement. Couple more breaths here, letting everything kick in. Now when you're ready to start moving, we're just going to come up into tabletop. All right, so that's hands and knees pose. So I'm going to come right here, get your shoulders over your wrists, your hips right over your knees. Your hands are about shoulder width distance apart, your knees and hip width distance apart. We're first just going to do a couple cat cows to get our body and breath in perfect sync. So as you inhale here, lift your chin up to the sky, tuck your tailbone under, let your belly drop. That's cow. As you exhale, tuck your chin to your chest, round out your back, hollow out your armpits. That's cat. So just keep moving here. Inhale, cat. Exhale, cat. Inhale, faster or slower than me as you do this. You can be going faster or slower than anybody else. But we'll just try to find that place where we can move with our breath. So find the natural rhythm of your breath. Match your movements to it. Take a few more rounds here. And we're going to meet back in neutral tabletop. Now, as we come to our neutral tabletop, I'm going to flip around so you guys can see, right? You guys stay right where you are, just at the top of your mat. What we're going to do here, you're going to kick your left foot, right? So that's my back foot here. I'm just going to kick it slightly over to the left. I'm going to take my right leg, extend it all the way along. So my right heel is kind of even with my left knee. My right toes are pointed towards the right edge of the mat. I'm going to take my right hand up to the sky. So now you're just in a modified side plank. Now, we're going to open up that right arm a little bit here. So reach your right fingertips towards the front of the room. Then you're going to let those right fingertips drop down. You're going to scrape along the mat in front of your body. Bring them all the way back up. All right, do that 2 more times. Reach forward, circle the arm around, bring it back up. 1 complete breath as you do that. 1 more time. Reach forward, all the way around. This time as you come back up, now we're going to stay on this right arm, but we're going to start to reach it back now. So you're going to reach your fingertips towards the back of the room. Let it drop down, let your fingers grip the mat, and then you're bringing your arm up in front of your face and all the way back up. All right, so do that 2 more times here. Reach back, drop it down, bring it up, reach back, drop it down, and bring it all the way up. So now you're back in that modified side plank. Let that right hand come down, drop your right knee in. Now we're back to tabletop. So we're going to come around here, we're going to do that on the other side. All right, so again, I flipped around, but you guys are just going to stay right where you are. Pick that right foot up, kick your right foot over to the right, extend your left leg long, so your whole left foot's on the floor. Get your right shoulder right over your right wrist, and then take your left arm, peel it up. So now we're here in this modified side plank. On the left side, you're going to take your left fingertips, reach them up and over. So bring that left bicep right over your left ear. Drop your hand down so it comes in front of your face. Scrape those fingertips along the mat, and then pull it all the way back up. Do that 2 more times each way. Reaching forward, dropping it down, bringing it up. 1 more time, reach it forward, drop it down, bring it up. And then from there, now we're going to go backwards. So reaching those left fingertips towards the back of the room, letting them drop down and scrape the floor. As you come up, you bring that arm in front of your face, reach it back up. All right, do that 2 more times. Reach back, drop down, swing it all the way back up. Reach back, drop it down, swing it all the way back up. All right, so now we're back here in this modified side plank. We're going to drop it down, come all the way back into your tabletop. Now this time, as you get to tabletop, you're going to tuck your toes under, lift your hips up and back, come into your first down dog of the morning. All right, so now your fingers are spread wide like starfish with that pointer finger at the front of the mat. You're letting your head drop between your shoulder blades, pushing your belly back towards your upper thighs. Now if you want to add some movement here, you can. Maybe you're going to bend one knee, then the other, pressing that opposite heel towards the mat. Gives you a nice stretch in the calves. Maybe you just want to stay still, that's fine too. Maybe you want to sway your hips from side to side. Just taking this time to check in with your body, see what's going on, what feels good so far this morning, where can you really push it forward, where you're not feeling so good, where you need to maybe hold back. Now from here, look between your thumbs. Bend your knees slightly, and then bring your feet forward your hands. So we're coming here into forward fold. I'm turning forward again. You guys stay at the top of your mat. Let your belly touch your thighs. Head's hanging heavy and long. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. Your toes no creases in the back of your neck. Bend your knees as much as you need to get your belly to touch your thighs. We're going to go through our sun salutations here. We're going to go through the first one nice and slow, so we all get it down, and we'll take it a little faster the second and third time through. Start to move with our breath. All right, right now, you're just going to plant your left hand on the mat right in front of your toes. You put a little bend into your left knee, push your right leg all the way straight, and then peel your right hand up to the sky. So you're twisting to the right. Just feel that stretch going through your right leg as you push it straight. Let that right hand come down, plant it, little bend in the left knee, or in the right knee, push your left leg straight, take your left hand up to the sky. Let that left hand come all the way down, back to forward fold. This time as we inhale, we're going to take a half lift into monkey, pull your shoulders even with your hips. Your back is nice and flat. Now the crown of your head is pointed forward. As you exhale here, come back down into your forward fold. This time as we inhale, big reverse swan dive. Now we're coming all the way up to standing. I'm going to step back a little bit here so you guys can see me. My hands are reaching up overhead. Now you're going to keep your hands apart, but facing each other here. Right, deep inhale. As you exhale, you're going to side bend to the right. So you're just bumping your hips to the left, reaching those arms over towards the right side of the room. Inhale, come back to center. This time as you exhale, go the other way. Bump your hips to the right, reach your hands to the left. So you just feel that going through your right side body. Now, inhale, come back up to center here. You're going to press your palms together. Bend into your elbows and drop your thumbs to your neck. Then take those elbows, widen them out as much as you can while your palms are still together. Right? Now you're going to take your back bend right from here. Push your hips forward and take your chest and your gaze up to the sky. Inhale, stand up tall, take your arms up overhead. And this time, as we exhale, we're going to swan dive it back down into forward fold. Belly to thighs, crown of the head towards the mat. Take another half lift to monkey. Pull your shoulders even with your hips. Then as you exhale, you're going to fold back down. Now you plant your hands, step or float, back to plank. So you got your shoulders over your wrists. I've got my hips just below my shoulders. Now you can do this from your knees. If you want to, let your knees come down. But you want to keep that upper body still in a diagonal, right? So you're not pushing your hips back. You're tucking them in. Now we're going to go through our yogi push-up, our chaturanga. You can do it from your knees or from your toes. As you exhale, you're going to bend into your elbows. Let them scrape right along your ribs. Let yourself come all the way down to the mat here. So now my hands are right by my chest, right? Not by my shoulders, not by my waist. My shoulder blades are pulling together behind my back. My elbows are pointing straight back behind me. You're going to inhale, lift into a baby cobra here. So you're just lifting your chest slightly. You want to feel that pull in your low back. It's just your back strength that's holding you up. You should be able to lift your hands up off the mat if you wanted to, right? Because it's just your back working. Now, if you want a deeper back bend, you want to use some upper body strength, then you're going to press your palms into the mat, pull your chest up and through, right? And that's up dog. Now, you can be an up dog when we flow, every time we flow. You can stay with baby cobra every time we flow, totally up to you, right? Wherever you are here, now you're going to flip your feet, lift your hips up and back, and we're back in down dog. All right, so that's our whole sun salutation for today. We're going to go through it a couple more times. Now that you guys have seen it, we'll start to move a little faster. We'll move it with our breath. So bend your knees, look between your thumbs, bring your feet forward, your hands, come to forward fold. As you inhale, take a half lift into monkey. Exhale, fold back down. Now we're going to take those twists, which we should have done first, but that's okay, right? Plant your left hand, bend into your left knee, press your right leg straight, take your right hand up to the sky, twisting to the right. Exhale, let that right hand come down, plant it, take your left hand up to the sky. Left hand's going to come down and plant. Take another half lift to monkey here just to reset the back, shoulders even with the hips. Fold back down, then we're going to take that big reverse swan dive, come all the way up to standing. So you're holding your hands slightly apart from each other, but they're facing each other. Deep inhale here. As you exhale, take your side bend to the right. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Bring your palms together, bend into your elbows, touch your thumbs to your neck, open those arms out wide, and as you exhale, take your back bend here. Inhale, stand tall, take your arms up overhead, and then exhale, swan dive it all the way back down, forward fold. Another half lift to monkey here, shoulders even with the hips. Exhale, fold back down, plant your hands, step or float back to plank, and then from your knees or from your toes, as you exhale, go through that chaturanga, bend your elbows, hug up to your ribs. Inhale to baby cobra or all the way to up dog. Exhale, shift, down dog. All right, let's do that one more time here. Bend your knees, look between your thumbs. Bring your feet forward, your hands come to forward fold. Inhale, half lift to monkey, shoulders even with the hips. Exhale, fold back down. Plant the left hand, open up the right hand, twisting to the right. Let that right hand come down, plant it, take the left hand up to the sky. Left hand comes down, plants their half lift, fold back down. This time we take the reverse swan dive, come all the way up to standing. Palms face each other, but they're separated. Exhale, side bend right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, side bend left. Inhale back to center. Now press your palms together. Bend into your elbows, thumbs to the neck, elbows wide as you exhale, go into that back bend. Inhale, stand tall, take your arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive it all the way back down, forward fold. So let's take another flow here. Half lift to monkey. Fold back down, plant your hands, step or float back to plank. Exhale, lower through your chaturanga. Inhale to baby cobra or all the way to up dog. Exhale, shift. Down dog. All right, now from down dog, bend your knees, look between your thumbs, bring your feet forward to your hands. Now we're in forward fold. All right, now from our forward fold here, right, we're gonna come up into chair. So you're gonna bend your knees, send your hips back and down, pull that upper body up. Now you can reach your hands forward. Okay, and right now you can have your hands at heart center. If you really want to challenge your core, maybe your hands are up to the sky. All good options, right? Think low in your chair, make sure you can look down, see your toes, wiggle your toes. We're gonna finish off this first section with chair bend later, right? But we're here right now. What you're gonna do, take a deep inhale. As you exhale, straighten out your legs, drop your hands to the mat. So you're coming to forward fold. Keep your right foot forward. Take a big step back with your left foot. So you come to runner's lunge. So you've got that right knee right over the right ankle, your left leg's nice and long. Now you're gonna look up towards the front of the room. Drop your right heel to the mat. So your right toes are pointing to the left. As you inhale, rise up into your warrior one. So you're peeling that upper body up, reaching your hands high to the sky. Come over just a little bit more over here so you can see my hands. Right, now we're gonna spin our pinky fingers in towards each other. Look about them, maybe you're leaning back a little bit here if that feels good. Right. Now you wanna keep that deep bend in your right knee. Sweep your hands around back behind you. Interlace them behind your back. So now you're pulling your shoulder blades together, pushing your knuckles towards the floor. All right, so you can lean back a little bit more here. And then as you exhale, you're gonna dive all the way forward into humble warrior. So you're gonna bring your right shoulder towards the inside of your right knee. Let your head hang here. Now, if you can get your right shoulder all the way to the inside of your right knee, that's great. If not, it's just hovering above your right knee, and that's okay, right? What you don't want to do is rest your right shoulder on your right knee. It's either inside or it's hovering above. Let your neck go so you're looking back at your left toes. If it feels okay, maybe you can lift those hands up and off your low back. If that doesn't feel good, then it's all right, don't do it. All right, now you're gonna release your hands here, but stay low, right? So you're leading with that left hand. It's coming down in front of you. It's gonna reach forward. It's gonna rainbow all the way around. So my left hand's coming all the way up and over till it comes along my left thigh, and then my right hand is gonna scoop up and over. I'm coming to reverse warrior. Right, so my right hand's reaching over my right ear, right, bicep going over the right ear. Keep bending deeply into that right knee. Send your right knee towards the pinky toe side of your foot. You can look up at your right fingertips here, or maybe it feels better, look back over your left shoulder. Maybe you're wrapping that right hand, or that left hand around your back. Now we're gonna cartwheel around here. Your arms cartwheel, your left hand's gonna land on the inside of your right foot. Your right hand's gonna go up to the side. So you're in this twisted lunge, stacking your shoulders on top of each other. You can let your left toes come up if you want to here, looking deeper into the twist. If you need that left heel down for stability, keep the left heel down. Now, from here, everybody's going to drop that right hand. It's going to come outside your right foot. Turn your left toes forward. Now you're going to drop down to your left knee. Let your left foot flat. And we're going to walk it back into a half pyramid from here. What does that mean? Your hands are going to walk back maybe a whole lot, maybe just a little bit. But your right leg is going to come all the way straight. Your right toes are going to flip up off the mat. You're draping your upper body down over your right leg, staring at your right knee. Square your hips off here. Push your right hip forward. Drop that left hip back. The more you drop your left hip towards your left heel, the more you're going to feel it, but don't sit down on it, even if that's available to you. Okay. You should feel it right through your right hamstring. Take one more breath here, so we feel the stretch. All right, now we're going to come back forward. You're going to bend into your right knee. Bring your hands on either side of your right foot. Tuck your left toes under, come up off your left knee here. Now what we're going to do here, right? You're going to push off with your left toes. You're going to straighten out your right leg, and you're going to take your left leg up to the sky. So it's standing splits. You want the crown of your head to go towards the floor. Now, if it's hard for you to balance, maybe your left toes are on the ground and you look like this. That's okay. Right, still getting that belly to the right thigh, letting the crown of the head go towards the ground. Again, if it's still hard for you, maybe you walk your right hands further forward, make more of a tripod. If you want to make it more of a challenge, your hands walk all the way back to to your right ankle, right? So you make it what feels good to you. Now, you're going to take that left foot, whether it's on the ground or it's up in the air, and you're just going to drop it right next to the right foot. And then you're going to bend your knees, come back up into chair. So that's where we started. Off center here. So here we go. All right, so you're back in your chair. Take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, just like we did before, you're going to straighten your legs, drop your hands to the mat. We're going to take a flow here. So half lift to monkey, shoulders even with the hips. Plant your hands, step or float, back to plank. Exhale over through your chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or up dog. And then exhale, shift. Down dog. All right, I'm turning around here because we're going to do the other side, but you guys stay right where you are, okay? You're going to bend your knees, look between your thumbs, bring your feet forward to your hands. As you inhale, peel up into chair again. So you were just here, you've been here a couple times. Each time, hopefully, your body's getting a little bit deeper into it as it gets more comfortable. Again, whatever you want to do with your hands, heart center, reaching forward, reaching up. Take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, straighten your legs, drop your hands to the mat, come to forward fold. Now, this time, you're going to keep your left foot forward. You're going to take that big giant step back with your right foot. Bring yourself to runner's lunge. Look up, drop your right heel, and then you're going to peel your whole upper body up, coming in to that warrior one. All right, so deep, deep bend in your left knee. Spin your pinky fingers in towards each other. Look up, start to lean back. And then you're going to sweep your hands back behind you while you're leaning back. Interlace them behind you. Pull the shoulder blades together, push the knuckles towards the floor. Maybe you can take the torso a little further back here, but keep bending into that left knee. Right, don't straighten the left leg. Deep inhale here. As you exhale, now we're going to bow all the way forward. Bringing your left shoulder towards the inside of your left knee. Again, it can come inside, it can hover above, it just doesn't rest. Right, let your head go. Look back at your right toes. Maybe you can lift your hands up and off your low back. That feels okay. Into that humble warrior. Now you're going to release your hands here, but stay low. Let that right hand sweep forward, and then it's going to come all the way up and around till it comes along your right thigh. Left hand scoops up and over so that you're a reverse warrior. And that right hand can trail along your thigh. It can wrap behind your back. You can look up at your left fingertips. You can look back over your right shoulder. But keep bending in to that left knee. Straighten out that left leg. All right, now from here, we're going to cartwheel around. Bring your right hand to the inside of your left foot. Take your left hand up to the sky. Stack your shoulders. Open your chest towards the left side of the room. Let the right heel lift here, or you can keep it down while we're in this pose. Up to you. And then from there, you're going to drop your left hand down outside your left foot. Everybody's going to turn their right toes forward, drop down to your right knee, flatten out your right foot, and then we're going to take it to that half pyramid here. So you walk your hands back. Now it's your left leg that's straightening, left toe flip up off the mat, drop your right hip towards your right heel, but not all the way. Square your hips, push that right hip back, draw that left hip forward, angle your torso over your left leg, bring your nose towards your left knee. So feel that stretch in your left hamstring. All right, now we're going to walk it forward here, bend into your left knee, hands on either side of the left foot. Tuck your right toes under, come up off your right knee. Now we're going to come to that standing split again. So you're pushing off with the right toes, straightening your left leg, letting the crown of your head come towards the ground, lifting your right foot. If your right foot has to stay down, that's all good. Right? The key here is trying to get your belly to your left thigh, getting the crown of your head totally towards the mat. Again, a little easier if you walk your hands forward, make more of a tripod. Harder if you bring your hands back towards your left ankle. If you really want to challenge yourself, try wrapping your hands around your left ankle. All right, now from here, you're going to bring your right foot forward, whether it's on the ground or it's up in the air. Just drop it next to your left. And one more time, we peel up into that chair. Deep inhale here. And then as you exhale, straighten your legs, drop your hands to the mat, come back to forward fold, take your flow. Half lift to monkey. Fold that down, plant your hands, step or float, back to plank. Exhale through your chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or up dog. And then exhale, shift. Down dog. All right, so we're going to go through all of it again. We're going to go through the parts we've already been through a little bit faster. Then we've got some stuff to add on. Right, for right now, you're going to bend your knees, look between your thumbs, Bring your feet forward, your hands come to forward fold. I'm going to turn to the other side so when we come, you'll be able to see me. Inhale, come up into your chair, bend your knees, send your hips back and down, come up into your chair. Take a deep inhale, and we're getting a little deeper each time, right? Exhale, straighten your legs, drop your hands to the mat, come to forward fold. Inhale, take that half lift to monkey, exhale, fold. Now we're going to keep the right foot forward. You're going to take that big step back with your left foot, come to runner's lunge. Look up, drop your left heel, so your left toes are pointing to the left, rise up, warrior one. Spin your pinky fingers in here, lean back. And while you're leaning back, sweep your hands all the way around and release them behind your back. Put your shoulder blades together, open the chest, and then dive all the way forward, come to humble warrior. Right shoulder towards the inside of the right knee, lifting your hands up and off your low back. Now, release your hands here, sweep your left hand forward. It's going to cartwheel, rainbow, however you want to say it, all the way around. You're bringing yourself right into that reverse warrior, reaching your right fingertips back. Then more deeply into that right knee, reach a little further back with those right fingertips. Create that space. Then you're going to cartwheel around, let your left hand land on the inside of your right foot, right hand up to the sky. Taking your twisted lunge. Let your right hand come down outside your right foot. Turn your left toes forward if they're not already. Drop down that left knee. Flatten your left foot. Shift back into your half pyramid. Walk your hands back. Let your right leg straighten. Let your right toes flip up. Square your hips. Straighten that upper body over your right leg. Come back forward. Bend into your right knee. Bring your right knee over your right ankle. Tuck those left toes under. Pop up off that left knee. And then we're shifting forward into those standing splits. Now, from your standing splits, you're going to drop that left foot down again. You're going to peel up into chair. All right, now, this is where we stopped last time. Here we're going to add on. Right, so you're in chair. You're just going to let it come down into forward fold again. But this time from your forward fold, right, instead of going through our flow, you're going to keep your right foot forward. So we're still on the right side. Step back, bring it to your runner's lunge. We're going to start just like we did. Drop that left heel. Peel it up. Come to warrior one. All right, but this time as we're in warrior one, drop your hands out to the sides. And then you're going to sweep your hands in front of you. Cross your left arm underneath your right. And then you're going to wrap your hands up into eagle arms. That might just be grabbing opposite shoulders. Maybe you can get all the way, palm to palm. Maybe you're back to palm, right? So you can be here, you can be here, you can be here. Whatever feels good to you. Now you're keeping that deep bend in your right knee, but start to lift your elbows up and away from your body. Lean back. Looking up, taking those elbows as high as you can. Bend deeply into that right knee. Now, bring your elbows back forward, look straight ahead. Pretend like you're about to come into warrior two, but don't change your arms. Just let your hips swivel to the left. So now your elbows are pointed to the left. There we go. Now, swing your hips back forward towards your right knee. And then from here, you're going to keep your eagle arms. You're going to come up off your left heel, and you're going to push off with those left toes. We're going to come to warrior three with eagle arms. That means that right leg straightens, the chest comes parallel to the ground, crowning your head towards the front of the room. I went off camera here. I'll come a little further back. Now, if it's hard for you to balance, same thing here. Just let those left toes drift down to the mat, and you're right here. All right, once you've landed that warrior three, whatever it looks like for you, unwind your arms and sweep them back behind you. Right, so now we're in that airplane, warrior three. Trying to keep the chest parallel. Now we're going to rise up here. As we rise up, try not to let your left foot hit the ground. Just come up, start to bend into that left knee, curl it as high as you can into your chest. Take your hands up to the sky. So we're in that high karate. You guys look good. Now, you're going to drop your right hand to your left knee. And then see if you can reach your left hand back behind you. Look over your left shoulder. And then from there, you're going to let go of that left knee. Step that left foot way back. Cartwheel your hands around so they land on either side of your right foot. Take your flow here. Step your right foot back to meet your left. Exhale over through your chaturanga. Inhale to cobra, up dog. Exhale, shift. Down dog. All right, so we're going to do all that one more time through on the left side. Right? So bend your knees, look between your thumbs, bring your feet toward your hands, the forward fold. Inhale, peel it up into chair. Deep inhale here, and then exhale, straighten your legs, drop your hands to the mat, come to forward fold. Step your right foot all the way back. Keep your left foot forward. So come to runner's lunge, look up, drop that right heel, so your right toes point to the right, rise up, warrior one. Get those hips square towards the top of your mat. Spin your pinky fingers in, take your lean back. While you're leaning back, sweep your hands around, interlace them behind your back. Push those knuckles towards the floor, look up, chin and gaze up. Then as you exhale, dive it all the way into your humble warrior. Left shoulder towards the inside of the left knee, lifting those hands up off your low back, looking towards your right toes. Now you're going to stay low here, release your hands, let that right hand lead. It's going to come forward, and it's going to rainbow all the way around to your right thigh. Left hand reaches up and over until you're in your reverse warrior. Keep bending deeply into that left knee. Reach further back with the left fingertips. Create a little more space here. Now, cartwheel your hands around here. Land your right hand on the inside of your left foot. Take your left hand up to the sky. You're in that twisted lunge. Maybe your right heel's lifting. Maybe it stays down. Let your left hand come down outside your left foot. Right now, everybody's right toes are going to turn forward. You're going to drop down to your right knee. Shift it back into your half pyramid. Let your belly come over your left thigh. Square your hips. And then we're going to come forward here, bend back into your left knee, put your left foot back on the ground, hands on either side of the left foot. Now we tuck the right toes under, come up off the right knee, push off with those right toes, bring it to your version of standing splits. Again, if your right toes are on the ground, that's okay. Now you're going to take that right foot, set it right next to the left, and then rise up into your chair. All right, take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, drop it back down to forward fold. Right? Remember, we're still on the left side here, so your left foot's going to stay forward one more time. You're going to step back again with your right foot. Let your right heel drop. Come up into your warrior one. And then from your warrior one, arms go long to the sides. You're going to cross those hands in front of you. This time your right arm is going to come underneath the left. Wrap up into the eagle arms, either palm to palm, back up on the back of the palm. If you need to here, you're just grabbing opposite shoulder. Look like this. Whatever you end up doing with your hands, you're going to keep that bend in your left knee. Lift the elbows up and away from your body. Look up. All right, and then come back, look forward, bring your elbows normal level, and then again, pretend you're opening up to warrior two, except you're going to keep those eagle arms. Your hips swivel to the right. Keep bending into your left knee. And then take your hips back towards the front of the mat, towards your left knee. From there, we're going to come up off our right heel. You're going to push off with your right toes, straighten out your left leg, come to that warrior three with eagle arms. So you're trying to lift your right leg up to hip level, doing those right toes, right hip pointed towards the ground. You're going to drop your right toes down. It looks like this, and that's fine. Right? When you've landed it, then release your arms, sweep them back behind you. Come to that airplane variation of your warrior three. All right, now we're rising up here. As we rise up, bend into your right knee. Try to keep your right foot off the floor. Curl that right knee as high up into your chest as you can. Take your arms up overhead. All right, so we're in this high karate. From your high karate, take your left hand outside your right knee. Reach your right hand back behind you. Look over your right shoulder. Twisted Shiva. Now from there, when you're ready, you're going to cartwheel your hands around. That right foot's going to step all the way back. You're going to land yourself in your runner's lunge. Just step that left foot back to meet your right. Just take one more float here. Exhale through your chaturanga. Inhale to cobra, up dog. Exhale, shift. Down dog. All right, now from your down dog, bend your knees. Look between your thumbs. Bring your feet forward, your hands. You're coming to forward fold. I'm turning forward here, but you guys are still at the top of your mat. This time from your forward fold, you're going to toggle your feet out wide to the edges of your mat. Turn your heels in and your toes out. And then bend into your knees, drop your hips. Come into a Malasana squat. Now, you can sit on a block in Malasana if that makes it feel better, or like a big book, right, if you're at home, whatever feels good, right? You can be in your regular Malasana squat as long as your heels can stay on the mat, right? I don't want you to be here, right? This is just a calf strengthener. We're not trying to strengthen our calves, we're trying to open our hips. If Malasana still isn't comfortable to you with or without a block, then you're gonna drop your hips all the way down. Bring the soles of your feet together and just come here into bound ankle. Let your eyes close. I want you to take this time just to refocus on your breath. Make sure you still have that focus on your breath. If you lost it while we were flowing, reassert it here. Make sure you still have control of your breath. If you lost that control while we were flowing, reassert it here. Lengthen your breaths again. Slow your breaths. Deepen your breaths. A few more breaths here. Come. See who's watching. Say hi. Erica. Hey, Erica. Kelly. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Heidi. All right. So just take a couple more breaths here. And eventually, we're all going to land on our glutes, and we're going to come around into tabletop. All right, we're going to do some core work here. I want you to come to tabletop first, right, just so we can set everything up. Now, if you want to here, you can come into full plank. All right, that's probably the hardest level. You can come into a modified plank. In modified plank, right, you set your knees slightly back, so again, so your shoulders are still over your wrists, but those hips are tucked in. Right, so this is a modified plank. You can stay in your tabletop if you want, or you can come to full plank, toes tucked. All right, now what we're going to do here first, right, we're going to come from plank to forearm plank, right, or even if you're in tabletop, right, you're going to drop your forearms. So we're going to do it 3 times on each side. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to drop your right arm down, drop your left arm down. Now you're going to come up the same way. You're going to lead with your right hand comes back up, left hand comes back up, right? I'll show it from modified plank. Now we're going to do it on the left side. Left arm down, right arm down, left arm up, right arm up. So you're back in modified plank. Now, we're going to do that again, right? Now I'm going to do it from tabletop here so you guys can see. You're on tabletop, right? Right arm down, left arm down, right arm up, left arm up. Right, so those are all 3 different variations. We're going to do it another time. Now we're going to lead with the left hand. Left arm down, right arm down, left arm up, right arm up. Right? One more time. If you need to change your variation, you want to challenge yourself some more, you need to take it easier, that's okay. Last time. Right arm down, left arm down, right arm up, left arm up. Last one. Left arm down, right arm down, left arm up, right arm up. All right, so now everybody's going to drop to their knees wherever you are. Shift to child's pose just for a breath or two. Bring your hips over your heels. Take your arms out long. Now we're going to come back up here when you're ready, right? This time, we're going to stay on our forearms. So again, you can do this from tabletop. Just come down to your forearms in tabletop. You can step your knees back a little bit, right? Do it from modified forearm plank, or you can do it from a full forearm plank. Again, we're just going to do 3 times each side. Right? You're going to lift your right foot up, bend into your right knee, touch your right knee to your right forearm. Send it back, or as close as you can get. Lift your left foot up, touch your left knee to your left forearm. Send it back. Right? Do it from your knees 2 more times. Right knee comes forward and back. Left knee comes forward and back. You can do this from tabletop. Right knee comes forward and back. Left knee comes forward and back. All right, once you get here, come back up to your palms and let yourself shift back into child's pose. Take a few breaths here. We got one more core thing to do. Lucky for you guys, we're not going to do it from plank, right? But you're going to come back up to tabletop. You're going to let your hips fall to one side or the other. Swing your legs around in front of you. All right, we're going to come down. We're going to lay down on our back here. So I always tell you guys, reach your arms forward, round it down till you're laying on your back. Now, take your legs straight up to the sky. So let's take your waterfall. Right, we're going to work from right here. Now, I'm going to drop my right heel towards the ground. So my right heel is just going to hover the ground. Now I'm going to lift my left hand up. My left hand is going to reach forward outside my left leg. My right arm is going to reach all the way up towards my left toes. So you look like this. All right? Maybe you reach your toes. I don't quite. Right, now we're going to switch it out. So you're going to switch your legs. Bring that right leg up. Let your right arm reach forward. Drop your left heel down to your left heel's hovering the mat. Reach your left fingertips towards your right toes. And then you're going to switch it out. Left hand reaches forward. Left leg comes up. Drop your right heel. Reach your right hand towards your left toes. Drop your right hand. Lift your right leg up. Drop your left heel. Reach your left hand up towards your right toes. So see how my left shoulder's coming off the mat. All right. Drop that left hand down. Lift that left foot up. We're doing one more time each side. Drop the right heel. Reach your right hand towards your left toes. Drop your right hand down, lift that left foot up, right foot up. One more time, left heel's gonna drop down. You're gonna lift your left hand toward your right toes. And then drop that left foot hand, reach it forward, take both hands up to the sky, let your head and shoulders relax down. Take your knees here, hug them all the way in to your chest. You can do a little rock from side to side here, almost like happy baby, which we're gonna do eventually. Right? Give yourself a little spine massage. Should feel good, releasing the low back. All right, now from here, you're gonna take your knees, hug them into your chest, rock yourself all the way up to seated. All right, I'm gonna turn forward here. So I want you guys to come into a hook line position. It looks like this. All right, we're gonna do a little twist here. We're gonna do a twisted deer. So your knees are up to the sky right now, right? You're gonna take your left foot, step it off to the side just a little bit. Take that right foot over, bring your right toes towards the left edge of your mat, and then lean to the right until your right knee can come all the way to the ground. Now you're gonna move that left knee to the inside sole of the right foot, so it looks like this. Now you don't have to keep it this perfect, right? Maybe that left heel's coming away from the left glute, maybe that left knee doesn't come all the way to the right foot. But what we're gonna do here, we're gonna twist to the right. So you're gonna turn to the right. I want you to bring your hands outside your right thigh. So they're in between your right knee and your right hip. Both hands, right? So it's not here. It's here. You're going to get that right hand inside. Turn your chest all the way towards the right side of the room. And then start to walk it forward, right? So walk your hands forward. And maybe you can get down to your forearms here. If you're not, you're still on your palms, right? Some of you can probably get all the way down and take your chest and your head down to the ground. If you can do that, go there. Right? So we're just going to let ourselves twist it out here. I want you to hold here for about 5 breaths. All right, now slowly bring it back up. Back up to your palms. Now, you're going to keep your legs right where they are. Untwist, come back towards the front of the room. Just for a couple breaths, right? You're going to drop your hands in front of your right shin. So now I want both hands in between your right ankle and your right knee. So again, right, both hands are here. It's not here. It's here. Walk your hands forward towards the front of the room as much as you can, right? Maybe it's just an inch or two. Again, some of you are going to be able to get down to your elbows. Some of you can come all the way down to your chest, to your head. It's a lot harder to get all the way down, right? If I turn myself towards my right knee, of course I can get all the way down, but I don't want to do that, right? I'm coming straight forward so I feel the stretch in my right hip. The left hip's probably lifting a little bit off the ground, and that's okay. Again, your left knee can come away, you can kick your left foot out long. It's about the right hip. Right? The more you angle that torso over the right leg, the more sensation you're going to get. Take 3 more breaths here. And then when you're ready, you're going to walk it back up. If you came down to your forearms or to your chest, walk back up to your palms, bring it around. All right, so now we've got to switch to the other side. I want you to lean to the right again a little bit so that you can easily kick that left foot forward. Put your left foot on the ground and then unwind your right leg. So we're back in that hook line position. So we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to go to the other side, step that right foot slightly to the right so you can bring that left foot over towards the right edge of your mat and then lean way to the left so that your left knee comes down to the ground. Then you're going to move your right leg. So you're going to bring that right knee against the sole of your left foot. And again, maybe you've got that right heel right against your right glute. Maybe you kick it out a little bit. Maybe you've got to move that right knee away from your left foot. All good. Right? First, we're going to twist. So sit up nice and tall. Right? Then just turn your torso. Drop your hands down. So your hands are between your left knee and your left hip. Then start to walk it out here. Again, you can drop down to your forearms if you want to. If that's available to you, you can walk it all the way out so that your head comes down to the ground. Right? Just make sure that your arms stay between your left hip and your left knee. As long as you're doing that, you're getting that good twist. That's what we want. One more breath here. And we're going to bring it back up to our palms. Right? And you're going to slowly bring it around. Keep your chest up high. Bring your hands around so now your hands are in front of your left shin. So your hands are between your left knee and your left ankle. And just start to walk it forward here a little bit. As much as you can. Drop to your elbows if that's available to you. Make sure your elbows stay inside your left knee. If you can walk it all the way out to your chest, walk it all the way out to your chest, but make sure you're not angling your chest towards your left leg as you do that. And we're not coming over the left leg, we're coming over the left shin. Take about 3 breaths here. When you're ready, come back in here, come back up to your palms. All right, now we're going to bring it around. You're going to lean to the left so that you can take that right foot, bring it back in front of you, and then unwind with your left leg. All right, now from here, we're going to come around. You're going to come with your feet at the top of your mat, right? So you want your toes at the very top of your mat. We're going to lay down on our back. We have one more stretch to do, but we're going to do it from our back. Take your arms out long. Tuck your chin to your chest. You're looking at your belly. And now let yourself round all the way down. Take your hands to your sides, palms face down. Now what we're going to do here, right, just for a breath or two, we're going to come into paperclip. So in paperclip, your feet come up to the sky, all right? But you're going to take your right knee, cross it over your left, all right? So you're cross at the knees, not at the ankles, at the knees, right? What we're going to do here, we're going to bend into the knees. So your feet go out to the sides. You're going to grab a hold of your right ankle with your left hand. Grab a hold of your left ankle with your right hand. Right? Now, I'm going to pull my knees in as close to my chest as I can get them. I'm going to pull my ankles as far away from each other as I can get them. Right? The more you do that, the more you're going to feel this in your right hip. So that's what you want to feel. The closer you pull those knees into your chest, the more you're going to feel it. The more you pull those ankles away, the more you're going to feel it. You can back it off if you need to. Just take 2 more breaths here, then we're going to switch sides. When you're ready, release your ankles, let your hands come back to your sides, unwind those legs, take them back up to the ceiling. So let's try that on the other side. So you're going to take your left leg on top now. So your left leg's the one that's closer to your body. Right? Then you're going to bend into both knees. So your ankles are going out to the sides. Now you're going to reach up, grab your left ankle with your right hand, grab your right ankle with your left hand. Again, you're pulling those knees into your chest this time. You're going to feel it more in your left hip. The more you pull those ankles away from your body, the more you're going to feel it. The more you pull those knees into your body, the more you're going to feel it. So back it off and make it more intense, whatever you need. Just take 3 breaths here. And now release your ankles. Take your hands back to the mat. Unwind your legs. Take them straight up to the sky. Right? So we're just going to stay right here since we're here. Right, for our first inversion, we're going to stay right here in waterfall. Right? So you've got your feet straight up to the sky, your hands at your sides, palms face down. You can stay here. Right? You're flexing your feet like you're going to step on the ceiling. If you want to make this more intense and come to full shoulder stand, that's an option. In shoulder stand, you lift your hips up off the mat. Put your hands to the small of your back. So you're supporting yourself on your shoulders and your forearms. Right? So you can be in shoulder stand or you can be in waterfall. If you're in shoulder stand, make sure your elbows point straight towards the front of the room so that you're taking your body weight into your shoulder girdle, not into your elbow joint. Now, if you do come into shoulder stand, your feet are kind of half flexed, half pointed. Right? If you're in waterfall, your feet are fully flexed, so the soles of your feet are up to the ceiling. Whichever version of the inversion your body likes, that's where we're going to go. Take a couple more breaths here. Now, when you're ready to come out of this, we're all going to come out of it the same way. You're going to bend your knees, let them scrape along your face and body, drop your feet back down to the mat. Right? So now as we come with our feet to the mat, right, you want to keep your feet about hip width distance apart, keep your knees over your ankles, but walk your heels in closer to your glutes, as close as you can get them. Maybe you can get them close enough that now you can feel your fingertips brush the back of your heels. If you don't get that close, it's okay. Right. Now you're going to press all 4 corners of both feet into the mat and lift your hips up off the mat. Right. Now we're going to bridge. You're using that strength in your legs to push your hips up to increase the flexibility of your back. So you've got to engage your quads and engage your glutes. Use that strength in your legs to push those hips up. Your shoulders should be slightly tucked here so that your chest puffs open. If you want to make this really intense, work one entire shoulder, then the other underneath your body, and clasp your hands underneath your body. That pushes your hips even higher. So just take a few breaths here. Right, you don't have to have your hands clasped. That's just an option. 2 more breaths. Keep pushing those hips high. Keep increasing the flexibility of that back. 1 more breath. And then let your hips float all the way back down to the mat. All right, so now from here, we're going to come into Happy Baby. You're going to take your feet up to the sky again, but this time we separate the feet. Maybe slightly, maybe a whole lot. That's up to you. You're going to bend your knees. Maybe slightly, maybe a whole lot, maybe just a little bit. You're going to reach up for that same foot with the same hand. If you're grabbing the inside or outside sole of your foot or your heel, that's great. If you can't reach your foot, you're just grabbing your ankle, your shin, your knee, that's fine too. Wherever you make that connection, it's good. But you've got to roll forward slightly so you can push that sacrum, the low part of your back, into the mat. Once that sacrum's in the mat, then you can rock from side to side. And you're just giving yourself a little spinal massage. This should feel good. Right? If it doesn't, you can stay still. Just take about 3 more breaths here. Make those adjustments if you need to. Maybe now you want to take your legs wider or straighter or bend more. Bring them in more. You want this to feel really delicious to you. Find that place where it does. Take a couple more breaths. All right, now from here, we're taking the knees, hugging them all the way in to our chest. And we're going to finish here with our final twist. So you're going to let your arms go out long, like wings, in that T position. As you exhale, just let your knees drop over to the right. You're taking your chin and your gaze over your left shoulder. You want to keep that left shoulder anchored. That's just giving you the twist. But if you want to make it deeper, maybe you take your right hand, press down on those knees, bring them closer to the earth. Maybe you extend your legs so that your toes go toward your right fingertips. These are all just options, right? You can stay right where you are. One more breath here. Then as you inhale, you're going to bring your knees back up to center. And as you exhale, now let your knees drop to the left. Take your chin and your gaze to the right. You can keep that right shoulder anchored here. But you can make it deeper if you want to. And take that left hand, press those knees closer to the mat, or extend your legs so that your toes go towards your left fingertips. Inhale next, bring your knees back to center. Give them one final hug into your chest. All right, and now we're going to set up for our final pose, our Shavasana. Let your legs extend long. Take your hands to your sides, palms will be face down or face up. That's your traditional Shavasana. You don't have to stay in traditional Shavasana if it's not comfortable to you, right? You can always bend your knees, let them fall in against each other, let your knees fall in against each other. If that takes pressure off your low back, you can butterfly your legs, bound ankle position, right? Or you can roll to your side in a fetal position. Whatever's comfortable to you. I'm going to sit up so I can keep talking to you guys. You guys find your comfortable place where you're going to take your Shavasana. It should be somewhere where you can stay perfectly still, right? Where you're going to be perfectly comfortable. And most importantly, then your mind can go perfectly quiet. Now, you don't have to control your breath anymore. Let your breath go completely. But even as you release control of the breath, keep that complete focus on your breath. Keep noticing your breath. Keep observing your breath. Notice how deep or how shallow your breaths are, how fast or how slow they're coming. Notice what's longer, your inhale or your exhale. Notice how your breath feels. That coolness on the tip of your nose as you inhale. That warmth in the back of your throat as you exhale. Let your breath take over your mind here. As you do that, you'll get to a place where there's nothing left in your mind but you and your breath. That's your true quiet of the mind. Slowly start to come back into the room. Wiggle your fingers, your toes, feeling that increased sensation that comes with a quiet mind. If you want to here, you can take your arms overhead, do that nice full deep body stretch. And then from there, just let yourself roll over onto your right side in a fetal position. Take a couple breaths right there just to reacclimate to our space. Let the sights and the sounds of the room come back to you. Take as long as you need right here. But then when you're ready, only when you're ready, push yourself up to seated. And we'll close here. All right, so we're going to close with our two Bhamari breaths, and then in the Bhamari breath we inhale as we exhale, make that little humming sound in the back of the throat. The Om is the universal syllable. It uses all parts of the throat. You can join me in these breaths, or you can just listen, right? But let's all close our eyes, and we can inhale together. Inhaling again. And then we'll inhale one final time and Let your eyes drift open. Bring your hands to heart center. Thank you, all of you, for sharing your energy, your practice with me this morning. The light in me honors the light in each of you. Namaste. All right. So I will see you guys back here on Sunday. I'll be doing a little gentle flow at our usual time, 10 a.m. So that'll be great. Come join me for that. Liza will be here tomorrow morning with the Yoga 26, Yoga with Weights. So join her for that. And I will see you all very soon, okay? Bye.